Hi, I'm Cody Orm for CG Magazine.
I'm Tyler Reynolds for CG Magazine.
And today we're playing Maximum Carnage. We got the Sega Genesis version here. Tyler, tell us a bit about the origins behind the actual comic.
I'm not 100% on the details because it's 90s and it was sort of a weird time in the 90s, but it pretty much deals with Carnage breaking out of prison and him reproducing more symbiotes that go after other people, and it's up to Spider-Man and Venom to team up to stop him because Venom really hates Carnage and Carnage really hates Venom, so it's kind of an uneasy alliance there.
Okay, and you can see here on the screen he's breaking out. I lied!
As Carnage always seems to do.
So, first level, New York Street. Let's go. So you start off as Spider-Man. And
it's
then
a solid start to a good Spider-Man game.
Yep. And then you can play as Venom later. It's pretty... It's what you see is what you get. Hold beat him up. It's got some stuff you can do here. You can grab him with a web. You can throw him onto that guy.
Are there any like special like screen clearing moves that you can do as Spider-Man or Venom? Like a power-up you can pick up?
Not that I know of. There are some attacks that are a little bit stronger. There's like a web move you can do where you can kind of grab both people on either side of you.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Especially for a sort of 2D-ish beat 'em up. Like
yeah, it's through garbage.
Being able to attack multiple enemies at once like that as Spider-Man is pretty cool.
It's really useful because they have a tendency, the enemies, they can surround you, and it gets really frustrating. So you gotta always be like kind of one step ahead of the computer so that you don't get surrounded.
It's like the 5th guy you beat up whose name is Billy.
Yeah, there's a lot of Billies who wear trench coats in New York apparently.
Apparently it's a club.
Marshall there.
Secret cult of Billy and his blue trench coat.
I love how like clearly bad these guys are too. Like, there's no mistake about it. Like
the stereotypical 90s villains archetype. Just give them a trench coat and glasses, and they're automatically a villain.
So yeah, it's pretty much just like a press the one button to try to kill as many guys as possible without dying yourself. You do have a shield. If I hold this, I can...
Oh, you got the dumb web shield. I remember that fondly from the...
Ah, no, I missed the life.
From the 60s cartoon when Spider-Man would just make just random objects out of webbing. And it was super dumb, but it was also the coolest.
Resourceful Spider-Man, MacGyver Spider-Man.
I think one of my favorite parts in that entire series is he puts all this effort into webbing up a window, punching the window so that the glass doesn't break, and then he just lifts the window up without like any use for actually needing to break the window.
There we go. I'm gonna have to throw that newspaper. That killed the guy. That stack of newspapers.
Must have been from the Daily Bugle.
And if you remember, I threw a garbage can at someone, and that didn't kill either of them that I hit.
It's typical LGN logic. Nothing makes sense.
Yeah, so this is the first level, so it's not too taxing on skills. It does get...
But it does look like they're throwing like a fair amount of enemies at you.
Oh yeah, it's like horde mode. Did I win? Oh, okay, so we got a little mini-boss going on here. This is kind of a pain in the ass, these two. They surround you and they whip their hair at you.
They whip their hair back and forth. They're Willow Smith before Willow Smith.
Let's see this. This is so wrong. Spider-Man is beating up on him.
Well, if there's female supervillains, like what's he gonna do? Like, of course, like you have to just like knock them out so like they're not doing anything, so they can't cause any more ruckus.
I mean, I get sick of these.
Oh, now their health bars are finally going.
Yeah, they have a shield, and that's why they can take more damage.
Does like the shield meter like go down, or is it just pretty much you hit them enough times then it automatically disappears?
It does go down. At least I thought it did. It's kind of hard to see. We have a bit of glare going through. Well, not glare, but the sun's kind of coming through in my eyes. Are you kidding me?
Oh, you're almost dead.
So she.
What? big important question here. What does Spider-Man use to regain health? Is it as cool as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and pizza?
No, they're just hearts that are out.
Oh, that's really dumb.
Eats human flesh. I'm just lying around New York City.
Climb. That's what this next level is.
Yeah, no, this level.
Literally just called.
This level is actually kind of cool. So yeah, I like it because it's varying on the whole beat 'em up formula. You kind of switch over. So you got these arrows, and there's like, I think it's lightning that's getting shot at me. Gotta watch out for that as I'm climbing this building. Something that's really cool about this game is the amount of. Stay here. Are you kidding?
Wow! Wow! That's
Seriously?
Super cheap.
All the cameos from so many, oh my god, different characters from the Spider-Man universe.
Like who?
We got in this part here. I'm gonna get hit. Where did that come from? We got Doppelganger. That's pretty. He's
Evil Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's like
kind of
Spider-Man with
spider
4
clone.
arms. Morbius is in it. You got Cloak. Captain Freaking America's in it.
Captain America's in it?
Yeah, he just
How far in is it? Because I remember playing this game like ages ago, and I can't even remember like half of the people that you just said.
I'm gonna be straight up with you. I've not gotten that far in the game to tell you. It's really hard. Like, I'm not making excuses here. It's just I've never had the patience to sit down and try to muscle through it.
Do you think that's like
Oh my God.
LJN meant to do that, or it's just LJN being LJN?
Part of it's just me being terrible at this game right now. I think it's meant to be difficult.
Well, yeah, beat 'em
I
up's
can't
supposed to be
see this
difficult,
being
but, like,
accidental, like, because it's not like the game's broken, except for that one time where I was over in the corner and I got hit. For the most part, everything works well and it plays like a regular beat 'em up. It's just needlessly hard at times. And that's not a knock on the game. Like, a good challenge is always fun, and when you actually like progress in it, it can be really rewarding.
You beat the very cheap game.
I wouldn't say it's cheap. It's just hard. Okay, so as I get hit by lightning, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back. Thanks for watching.
Terrible. Figured out how to do that.
And we're back playing Maximum Carnage. If you missed what just happened, I got hit with lightning, even though I followed the directions the game told me to go.
Because logic.
Because LJN.
Because LJN.
And now
like
here's Doppelganger here.
What? How?
Now, if you don't get out of his way, he he knocks you down.
That's so stupid.
And
that looked so terrible.
yeah, but if you don't get out of his way, he knocks you down. And that happened to me earlier. See? Did you see that? Like, how am I supposed to know that he's gonna be there?
He's just yucking it up the building. Oh my god.
Okay, so now we got our first kind of boss battle here
Against Doppelganger?
Yeah. And he's not too difficult if you don't let him get any kind of... See, once he gets a bit of offense on you, he gets a little more... Well, I'm on my last life here before I get a game over. But if
he's almost dead already.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
Now he's
gone.
He just
Yo,
gave
I'll
up.
punch you. Okay. Yeah, got... I don't know who that is, but she knocked me off the building. Here I go. So,
And then, I've seen gifs of this so many times, but it's still funny just to see him just plopped out like super nonchalantly onto this J. Jonah Jameson's table like
Hi,
that.
honey, I'm back. We're gonna skip through most of this because we're playing on a HD TV. It's kind of hard to read what is being said. So I'm just gonna assume Carnage and JJ had a nice little conversation.
like they normally do.
Yeah. And we're in an alleyway. As you can see, they're very original with their settings.
Watch out, now he's wearing a brown shirt. That means he's twice as tough.
I like how his name's Malcolm, too, that guy I just beat up. It's like...
Was he in the middle?
Yeah. It's like, that's such an unintimidating name to, like, Mark and Billy. Like, these aren't... I'm not really scared of these people. Oh, gotta... What's her name?
Are you scared of Lizzie?
Lizzie can be... Oh, she went around. I'm glad she didn't try to, like... Just team up on me like that. Oh,
and she's still back.
Punch her in the back of the head.
That's not very hero-like.
Whatever.
I mean,
I feel bad for Spider-Man here too. It's like he's just walking down the street and all these people are just trying to like.
Well, why is he walking on the street? That's what I want to know. Spider-Man always swings from buildings and hangs up on rooftops. He usually just swings down if there's like a burglar down there, or if he's stopping a crime.
I guess he just wanted to really kick some ass today.
Just feeling that Max Carnage was maximum today, so he's just taking it all on the world.
Yeah, that's something I like too. You can kind of like throw people into other people.
What are the gameplay differences between Spider-Man and Venom, if there are any?
If we have enough time, hopefully we can get to a Venom level. Spider-Man's a little bit faster. Not by much, though. Venom's overall just a lot better to play as. Maybe it's just because his moveset's a little more, like, crazy. But it feels, when you're playing as Venom, everything feels just, like, a notch, like, stronger, more badass. Just everything's just...
As pretty much Venom is supposed to be.
Yeah, everything's just better as Venom.
That's something that you should really, like a life lesson that you should go by. Just everything's better with Venom.
And it's funny too, because it's like, who would want to play, like, if you have the choice to play Spider-Man and Venom, like, I don't know, maybe I'm different here, but I always pick Venom.
I would rather play as Spider-Man in the symbiote suit, because that's pretty much my favorite suit that he wears in the comics.
Yeah, that's pretty
Just
cool. That was like Web of Shadows had that. That was fun. Did you see that guy? He went lunging at me. That was pretty cool.
With the thing that really, to sort of tie it into the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game that's recently come out, Game Over, that really like pissed me off was that they had the symbiote suit behind paid DLC, where like you had to pre-order the game and then you get that suit, which is really dumb because most people love that suit.
Well, no, that's smart then. If that's the case.
Well, a lot of people weren't going to pre-order it anyways because it's pretty much a movie tie-in game, and those are usually terrible.
Yeah, and like it's only available via download on Xbox One, which is really weird. I don't understand why that's a thing.
Another thing about the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game that I think is actually kind of cool is that is the amount of suits that they have. Like they have the current or the most recent Scarlet Spider suit that pretty much that's a clone of Peter Parker, Kane. He's wearing as the new Scarlet Spider, and he also like the two other ones. He has Ricochet and Hornet, which are from the Spider-Man series Identity Crisis, where he pretty much gets framed for a crime and uses different suits to track down the people who framed him. And like one of them, well, and it also showed like how Peter how he's smart enough to like build other suits and like other technology and whatever, like how he's just not completely reliant on his spider powers all the time.
Clear's not smart enough to realize he can just go flying through the city instead of... Oh my god.
Well, two of his suits pretty much were that allowed him to fly. The Hornet was one of them, and the other one was... I think it was
this game.
Oh, that one. This one.
He's gonna get his ass kicked constantly throughout this, so that... I don't know. Do you think it's to prove a point?
Yeah, I'm Spider-Man.
Look at him. Look at how he's walking. He's like... He's mad. Like, he wants to kick ass.
Well, seeing Spider-Man scary is pretty much one of the most terrifying things you can see in the Marvel Universe, because he's usually just cracking jokes and swinging around, just yucking it up.
Yeah. Has there been... I don't read a lot of Spider-Man comics. Has there been a time where he's just had enough and he's...
Oh, yeah. At the end of the whole Civil War whole book, like... Well, the main thing about that, the biggest thing about that was that it had Peter Parker revealing his identity to the world, so everybody knew he was Spider-Man. And by the end of it, Kingpin hires a sniper to kill him, but accidentally hits Aunt May instead. And he goes full-on ballistic. Like, he wears the black suit and he uses, like, almost his full... one of the things about Spider-Man is that he's incredibly strong, and he always holds back against, like, all of his villains, like, mostly about, like, just random burglars, because a single punch from him could kill a criminal.
Oh,
and this is him going pretty much full-on out against, like, normal people, like complete revenge. And at the end is really cool because Kingpin pretty much calls him out. He's like, "Oh, you're not gonna kill me. Spider-Man doesn't kill people." And he's like, "Oh yeah." Well, he just takes off his suit. He's like, "Well, I'm not Spider-Man," or like, "I'm Peter Parker Wood," and just completely embarrasses him.
That's hilarious.
I think that's the last time that, well, at least the last time I can remember where Spider-Man just went completely like full-on anger against everyone.
Yeah, Spider-Man strikes me as a usually fun-loving kind of. I'm getting surrounded here. Sorry. Yeah, thwack. I like that. That's another thing I like about this game. Like the
Bach, Chak, Flack.
I like how that's just kind of there. Makes you feel like you're actually playing a comic book. Oh, I just picked her up. That was cool. Should
yeah, what were you saying before?
Yeah, he strikes me as more of like a, you know, fun kind of character that doesn't usually take things serious.
Oh, there's Cloak. I mean, Dagger, I mean.
Yeah, she saved me.
There's Cloak.
There's Cloak. You can actually fight that boss, but I was so close to dying. They just picked me up. So here, I've been saved. And we're in the hall now. So inside the church that we were in. And we meet some friends.
Meet some friends.
Let's see what's gonna happen. There he is.
That's not very nice.
Yeah, he's back. So, gotta...
So you appeared outside and like they just left you on the ground.
Yeah, by yourself. Just...
In the church.
I'm sure there was a reason. We skipped through a little bit of an animation. This is... Are you kidding me?
Some crazy combos on.
Okay, so angry. This is not fair.
Ironically, a thing said in most LGN games.
I actually ranked this game. I did an article about the top 5 Spider-Man games. I put this as number 1.
Really?
Yeah, I love it, and maybe I forgot about this part. Gets me angry. Yeah, take that. Shoulder block you. Yeah.
I would have personally. I would have gone with Ultimate Spider-Man. Did you play it?
No, I didn't.
It's really good. Like, it follows the Ultimate Comics pretty well, and it's actually like a really fun Spider-Man game.
What console was that on?
It was on PS2, the original Xbox, and oh, there's Carnage.
Yeah, there you go.
And GameCube.
It was on GameCube.
Yeah.
Was there a handheld?
I think there were
version as well.
Yeah, there were handheld versions, but they were side scrollers.
Here we go.
Oh,
select a hero.
Venom. Go Venom.
Here we go. We got Venom.
Go for him. Big Eddie Brock.
So this is where the game gets really awesome. It's still really hard though, because I think I had 1 life left. Yeah, so I have 1 life left. I don't think I'm gonna make it past this level.
He even has tongue animation.
Yeah, he has a tongue animation.
Oh, that's so cool.
So he's just a little bit just more awesome. Everything's just
so he's like more of like a brawler type.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Heavy.
He still has like the same kind of Spider-Man abilities. Except instead of like a web, he uses his symbiote there when he wants to grab someone. Look at that! Like he just like picks them off and just...
Fun fact, in the comics right now, Venom is Flash Thompson, the guy who originally bullied Peter Parker in high school. And he's like a military guy now.
That's interesting.
And for some reason, I haven't... Well, his series ended like earlier this year or late last year, I can't remember. But for some reason now he's on the Guardians of the Galaxy team.
Well,
which
because reasons.
That makes no sense to me.
Back here. That guy's name was Jay Boom. Jay Bong. I just kicked that mailbox because whatever.
You nudged it so hard it disappeared from existence. It's the power of Venom.
Okay, this is...
How far... Have you gotten past this stage as Venom?
I think I've gone like 1 level past this. It's a really hard game. And I'm not super good at brawlers. Did you... That was cool. That was yeah,
good.
So Venom, if you didn't see that, he has like a little bit of a stage clearing move there where he just kind of like slams the ground. Just kind of, I guess the vibrations kill. everything.
Kind of pulling like a weaker version of something that the Hulk would do.
Oh, that was cool. You kind of just like turned around and like punch that guy in the face. Here we go. Yeah, so it's pretty much the same thing throughout the game, like most brawlers are. It varies up a bit because you can throw in those like those levels where you're climbing up the walls.
Wait, that's a bank? How is this architecture like it's on a slant and it's going down? Like how is
I didn't even notice that. I just thought it was a brick wall.
it says bank right there. Who designed this city?
Oh, I need that heart.
Oh man, that looks
No!
Oh,
Fell
wow.
right next to the
Died
heart,
right
so that's
there.
another game over. It's hard, okay?
It looks pretty hard.
And if I were to play again, I'd have to start over from the beginning.
That sucks.
So, with that in mind, we're gonna cut. Because I'm a little bit angry. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit mad.
A little salty.
Yeah, that was a little frustrating. For CGM, I'm Cody Orm.
I'm Tyler Reynolds.
Thanks for watching.
Woo!